What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Patriot Specialized. Today's episode, man, last few days have been super busy, so we got a lot to cover. We're gonna take care of that in just 1 minute. Be right back.
We ride across these plains and prairies, rocky mountain highs, fade off into the distance like ghost riders in the sky. Black smoke and white line, steel horses side by side. It's more than just a living, y'all. Hell, it's our way of life. We're the last of the cowboys.
All right. Man, what a crazy couple days it's been. Few days it's been, really, since last. I had a pretty easy week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then, man, Thursday came along and it was like, bing, let's get this done. It was kind of like I was in a hurry all the time. So pretty crazy few days, but we got it done. We got some important stuff done. We finally got that Ontario permit. Got that crazy thing, finally got that thing unloaded after about a week and almost 2 weeks of having it on my trailer. Finally got that thing delivered. That was fantastic. It was nice to have that. It's kind of, when you have a load sitting like that and you're waiting on it, it's kind of like a monkey on your back, and you're always thinking about it, and you're always worried about it, and you're always worried about getting too far away from it. So it was really nice to finally get that thing delivered. And what I found out was, when I got up there, it was a trucking company warehouse, whatever, that I went to, and they had about 50 trucks sitting there, and it turns out half of those were triaxles. But, and I, of course, when I saw that, I was like, dude, how are you guys getting permits? Like, it's crazy what we had to go through to get a permit. And he said, no, they're day cabs, so we don't have sleepers, so we can get we're inside the wheelbase requirements, and we can get the permit within ease. And they end up ordering annual permits, so because they, that's obviously where they're running. I would do the same thing if I was running local like that, but that's how they were getting away with it. We got it up there, didn't have any trouble crossing into Canada. I came back, and it turns out that my unit, it's just a little bit too long for those boosts at the entry back into the United States in Buffalo at the Peace Bridge. And when I pulled up to the window to hand on my empty manifest to get back in the country, the back of my trailer was blocking the x-ray machine, which caused it to trigger. And as soon as you trigger an x-ray machine, you have to go over and have the hand x-ray done and get inspected. And so that turned into another little hour and a half of my life at the border. But it is what it is, these things happen. But before we got any of that done, we ended up going to York, Pennsylvania, picking up a M109, I believe it was a Paladin, but it was definitely an M109 Paliden tank, actual tank this time, guys. I can say tank because it was a tank. We picked up a 109 from York, ran it 215 miles up to Endicott, New York, dropped it there. Crazy enough, they had me come get it from York, take it up to Endicott, drop it off on Thursday afternoon. Ended up running, I went back to the house, got the excavator, took it up to Canada, got back down there, so was home for the weekend, and then I went back to Endicott, New York yesterday morning, picked up the 109 and took it back down to York. And the whole reason that I did that, the whole reason that thing went up to their other facility in Endicott, New York, was because they were having a family day. Like, they moved that thing back and forth just because they were having a picnic. So, and apparently they wanted a 109 tank sitting at their picnic. So they got what they wanted, and it was there. Good delivery for me, good pickup, good delivery, everything went great, so I'm not complaining at all. It was super fantastic. And then I was very fortunate to end up getting this one right out of where I delivered to, so I didn't even have to move. Those guys came and unloaded me right there where I load, so I detached and stayed detached. They took one off, put one on, and it was a beautiful thing. So that was fantastic. Got out of there, couldn't run much. I only had about an hour and a half on my logbook, so I couldn't run much after that, but it didn't really matter. It was just nice to be loaded. And then today was all driving for me. So we are currently sitting in Knoxville, Tennessee. Wanted to be a little bit further than this tonight, but car just didn't work out that way. A lot of traffic out there. Obviously with 26 and 40 being closed, they're diverting a lot of traffic both around that. So there's a lot of traffic out there in Knoxville right now. So I was like, you know what? I don't have a load set up for tomorrow yet anyways. So it really wasn't a big deal to me to just park it here. I only had an hour and a half or so, hour and 40 minutes left on my logbook, so it really didn't make much sense for me to go any further. So that's what I did. I parked here. So I was going to show you this load, then I'm gonna run in and get something to eat, grab a shower, hit the bed. So we're gonna get out of here. As you know, Tennessee will let you run at night, so I can bust out of here kind of early in the dark, try to get through Chattanooga before traffic gets bad tomorrow morning. That'll be fantastic. And then make delivery pretty early tomorrow morning. So here we go. This is what we got. Just got the truck washed. Looking pretty good. This beacon did an okay job. I'm not going to say they did great, but they did an okay job. So we unloaded that 109 and put on this AMPV. You guys have seen these things 100 times. I haven't done anything different, man. I seem to be hauling these a lot lately, and that's fantastic. I love hauling them. So I didn't do anything different on the Securement. I'll cover it real quick, but you guys have seen it, so it's not really going to be any surprise to anybody who watches the channel frequently. So here we go. Ooh, man. I think I might need to pull up a little bit. I'm about an inch away from that guy. So let me pull this thing up real quick. All right, well, that, man, I was super close to that guy. I was actually so close to him, I was underneath his bump stops. Yeah, man, that was close. Well, anyways, what I did for Securement here, you guys have seen these things. They're about 65,000 pounds. We are 22 foot long. With that piece up on top, the walkway on both sides, we end up being about 11 foot 6 inches wide. That's up real high. Down low, we're only about 9.5 feet wide. We're weighing in at just under 62,000 or 65,000. On the back here, I did 2 chains all the way across. Ran them right through their tie-down point. Both chains right through the same tie-down point on the other side. Pinched them in. Got our flags on. Obviously, we got to mark the widest portion of load. Can use our magnet flag back there because that is true metal. The rest of this is something else, so nothing sticks to it. So I ended up using a bungee flag back here and running into one of the wheels and then back up to a bracket. On this side here, I did my normal. These chains here actually go all the way across, so you get full credit for those two, and then we get half credit for those. These are actually, this one here is actually the chain tail from this one. So I put this one across, sent it the other way, use the access chain to go up to that, and then hook right to the trailer, and so I'm able to get another binder point. So basically I got 2 chains on the back, 2 chains on the front, and then the 2 half chains, which equal 1 chain's credit. So we got 5 chains, 5 full chains of credit holding this thing in. That equals out to about 56,000 pounds worth of Securement on a load that only requires half of 65. So we are in way good shape for chains. Probably better that way. I just like the way this looks better than, it's always better to have more than less. So that's what we did. Got 5 full chains on it. Not a whole lot to say about it. This one fits on the truck. I didn't get a chance to video how close that 109, you can see how close this is. It's not even close to being off the trailer. Like most of the track, the general rule for us is if half the track fits on the trailer, then you don't need the outriggers. So obviously this one, more than half the track is on the trailer, so we don't need the outriggers. But that 109 I brought in, only about this much of the tread was on the trailer, so it absolutely required the outriggers. I didn't get a chance to put them or videotape those while we had it on, but that's what it looked like underneath there. It was barely on the trailer, and we had the outriggers. So had the outriggers out, holding up the track in the center. Worked out really well. No big deal. Those guys are super skilled at taking it on and off, putting it on and taking it off. They were able to hold that thing perfectly straight, because 1 inch the wrong direction and that track would have been coming off. So they did a great job, both ends. When I got loaded and then unloaded up at Endicott, and then when I reloaded Endicott and unloaded back at York, they did a great job. So that's it. That's all we got. Pretty easy load. We're gonna get rid of this thing tomorrow morning. I'm really hoping that something pops up. What I'm hoping for is sometimes we get a haul, which where this goes, it's kind of like the centralized area for these types of unit, and they do all the maintenance on them, and some of them they just can't fix them. So what they do is tear them down, use them for parts, and then they will give us the hull of it, just the body itself, put it on the trailer, and we'll take it back up to York to have it rebuilt. So I'm hoping, really kind of hoping one of those pops up for tomorrow. I'll be right there. I'll take this off, put that one on, run right back up to York. That'd be fantastic, because I'm not seeing a lot on the board right now. I'm confident something will pop up. I always end up with something, but we'll hopefully that's what I end up with. So, but that's it. That's the craziness we got going on, guys. I'll probably think of something else that I should have been talking about, and I will probably shoot a little bit more and add it into this video. But that's what we got. That's where we're at. It's current Tuesday afternoon, and we are sitting in Knoxville, Tennessee. We're going to be delivering to Anniston, Alabama tomorrow morning, probably 8:30 Central Time or so. We'll get down there, probably get empty and get out of there probably 9:30, 10 o'clock. So hopefully that's what happens, and hopefully between then and now I'll find something on the board, or Tom will call me and tell me that there's a haul that needs to go back to York. So I appreciate everybody tuning in today. Thanks for watching. If it's your first time watching the channel, if you like what you see, hit that like button. If you want to see more, consider hitting that subscribe button. I appreciate that. You guys, all of you know, if you're veterans coming back to the channel, I love you guys. I appreciate you coming back. All of the comments and the likes and shares and all that stuff, it's been great. And we got something coming up here soon. I think we've had enough episodes now that you guys have seen the truck. You guys have seen what I can do with it, what I can't do with it, the struggles that I've had with it a little bit. And I think maybe sometime in the next week, maybe it's time to get a name for this truck. So I'm gonna leave that up to you guys on that episode. We'll talk about it. I'm gonna leave it up to you guys, and I'm gonna have you guys pick a name for it. I'm gonna pick the top 3, and then on the next episode, out of the top 3, you guys are gonna pick what name we got for the truck. So it's gonna be super cool. Sometime in the next week or 2 we'll do that. I'll give you a little bit more time to see the truck and get a feel for it, and let it kind of name itself, because it isn't coming so far. So with that being said, I'm gonna go do my thing, and we will talk to you guys on the next one. Everybody stay safe out there.